Throughout Japanese history, many cultural values and proverbs and many different lifestyles and thoughts. Among these, the more riper a cluster of rice becomes, the lower it bows down its head, is one of the most main important sayings, specifically in Buddhism. It exemplifies the humble nature of Shinran Buddhism, which derived from Japan, which also considers humility as the most important quality. Of course, many agree on being good and having the best life is what Buddha resembles, but in Shinran's Buddhism, knowing your own limits, your own inner evil, and ignorance is crucial.
Shinran was born in 1173 and lived until 1216 too. As a Japanese monk, and as any other monk in the whole world, he tried to achieve salvation and become Buddha he has always dreamed of. However, everything changed after a long 20 years after he was born. He met Honen, the Jodo sect founder who was born in 1133 and died in 1212.
This event is very significant and is often referred as the two stages of Shinran. The stages are divided between the time periods from before Shinran met Honen and after Shinran met Honen.
Before Shinran met Honen, he believed and lived the way he thought would become Buddha. He knew that everyone to the Buddha could be good and wise and beautiful and wonderful. Therefore, he tried to emulate Buddha by eliminating evil in his own life. However, this didn't work. In fact, he instead continuously grew depressed and neither expected nor understood the true concept that belied Buddhism.
Right at the moment Shinran met Honen in 1202, he entered a new world he never thought of. Honen was such a humble man that Shinran saw another Buddha in front of him. Honen lived a way that was to realize and to go through liberation. This should allow him to be as humble as knowing his boundaries and potential evil. Honen practiced throughout Namu Amida Buddha. Namu is part of Buddha's name. From then on, Shinran knew that he was wrong and that Buddha was such a humble being which makes him respected by so many followers. Shinran therefore paused his previous practices.
In conclusion, Shinran learned the meaning and proper way of an ideal life, or Buddha. Also known as Nirvana and other variations of Buddhism, Shinran believed that there are two main big stages or categories of life, growing up and then maturing. Growing up is the first stage prior to maturing or developing, obviously, and the main themes would be self-enhancement or self-affirmation. A child must learn and experience everything he can, and always strive for more. In other words, you have to be thirsty for your own knowledge. After growing up, you have to mature, which is the second stage, and therefore become like Honen. Self-reflecting or understanding are the main values, and in Shin Buddhism, you must reflect on your own self and have a deep, thorough understanding of your own inner evil and ignorance.